kind of cool. We just came into this store. I got all this memorabilia. And there's Chance. Yeah, I like all this old, scary memorabilia. Oh yeah, look at her. A bunch of old signs, props. Halloween Horror Nights 23. Let's go down there. That's great. It's cool, I like all this old stuff. These are a bunch of plans for different scare zones, and oh yeah, there's plans for the mummy. Kind of cool. And they got a bunch of old movie memorabilia and props and cool stuff in here. I like this old movie reel. These are old film splicers for movie theaters. And I actually have a monitor like this. I do.
Where?
It's in my studio. I used to use it for making movies. I love cool stuff like this. And right there, that's the original Count Dracula. It's cool, right? That is the Count Dracula. The legend. Yeah, it's been 10 years since The Mummy. Or Tomb of Dragon. Yeah, Catherine. But anyway, alright, we're going to say good night to Bela Lugosi.
The final thing, we did get the opportunity as well to see the Academy of Villains Cyberpunk show. This is the new show, well, not a new show, they've been there for a few years, but this is the first time they're now in the theater where the old Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure show was for years and years and years. And I know there's a lot of controversy and a lot of people are upset that Bill and Ted are no longer there. Me personally, I think Bill and Ted ran its course. The last few years that I saw that show, I just felt it was sort of tired, and I'm glad that Universal retired it. It was a great show. I'm not saying it wasn't a great show. I enjoyed it. I'm just glad to see something else in its place.
If you're here, that means you've heard of the Academy of Villains, and you know what you're getting yourself into. And yet, y'all showed up anyway. If you're not familiar, we're gonna teach you how we do things. Throughout the show, you're gonna see these symbols at random. That means it's your chance to join in. Let's do this!
3, 2, 1!
You all did such an awesome job! I mean, I guess you did. I'm just a recording. What the hell do I know? Looks like we're ready to go. Don't forget, when you see these symbols, we want to hear you and we want to see you. And now, make some noise for Academy of Villains!
The government has been overthrown by an evil cyborg organization known as the Regime.
Be aware, there is a group of vigilantes determined to destroy the regime. Their leader goes by the name of Revolt. Sweep the streets, find the humans, and bring them to me.
Warning, warning. Humans have been detected.
Comes
Begin test of human skills. This concludes our test of human skills. All skills showcased are considered hella whack.
Here's what I'm going to say about, though, this particular show. The performers and the performance is amazing. And if you have an opportunity to see it while you're there, go see the show. You're not going to be disappointed if you enjoy dancing and high energy music. Here's my flip side to that. Do I think it's 100% themed to fit Universal Halloween Horror Nights? For me, no, I don't. I know it fits the genre of younger audience, and it plays into that. And they've done a pretty good job of sort of creating a storyline around the cyberpunk theme, and it's in the future, and there's cyborgs and all of that. But I sort of long for Universal to create a live entertainment show, something similar to like Beetlejuice's Graveyard Review, which ran in the park for years and years. It's no longer there. But I would love to see something that does an homage to the classic horror characters that Universal is known for. I think that would be really nice to see something creative, maybe another live entertainment experience that features actual horror classic monsters. Just my opinion, but I did enjoy the show. So what are your thoughts on the show?
I'm not a big fan of dancing shows.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, I won't say it was boring because it was not, but since I'm not a big fan of that, I found that it's okay. I mean, the performers are great.
Right.
Very energetic. They are really talented and they know what they are doing.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
are doing a really good job. But again, since I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff, then I didn't find it like, okay, this is just okay.
Right.
And I do agree that they should, Universal should do something that matches the event. And if this year, I think this year was a lot of retro,
Right.
1980s stuff, and
Which
that
was great.
totally not 1980s because actually it was in the future, which
Right.
is fine. But I think that, and as he said, maybe the music it's aiming to a younger audience,
Right.
but they can always mix some classics with more.
Yeah, and to your point, I will say
Taking
this.
music.
Yeah, about the show. When we were sitting in the audience before the show started, the lead up to the show, they're playing 80s music. So I was sitting there getting excited, listening to the music, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. They're playing some old classic 80s type style music. I was like, this is going to be great. They're going to incorporate that into the show. And then once the show started, and we're into modern sort of house music.
They just changed from classic 1980s to electronic party.
Yeah, it was like definitely like
And,
and again, not taking away from the performers. Those performers are amazing, and the two guys that do the Slackwire, they were amazing. All of the performers were amazing, and they do a good job of getting audience participation, and they get you involved in the show, and the audience was into it. And watch the video, you'll see. I filmed some of it so you guys can see. But overall, we both agree that Universal should do something a little more on theme for horror nights,
Yeah.
of some sort of live entertainment.
Yeah, they can mix. They can always mix, modern music with classics.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
And then, match whatever is happening in the event with that particular show.
Right, absolutely. So we're going to wrap things up here because this video is very long, and I appreciate you all watching very much. Thank you for subscribing if you are a subscriber, and if you're not, what do they need to do?
Hit the button down below.
Yes, Homer says hit that button below. And always remember, happiness is a lifestyle, and we're living it. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Peace out, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.